guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature.
And huge thanks to Matt at Tyrone Square Mazda in St. Petersburg, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Matt.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the CX-5 has been Mazda's compact crossover SUV since 2013, the successor to the Tribute, which was essentially just a Mazda Escape, and the CX-7 too. The second generation CX-5 that you see here was released in 2017, facelifted last year for 2022, which featured updated styling with new headlights and taillights, larger exhaust tips, new bumpers, new seats, and a revised new suspension. We also get a MyDrive drive mode selector and wireless charging. For 2023, not too much has changed. We do get an available all-new rhodium white paint color and 8 trim levels for the 2023 Mazda CX-5. All trims get standard all-wheel drive and a 6-speed automatic transmission, starting with a 2.5S base with a base price at $26,700. Still a pretty loaded vehicle for a base model. We get advanced smart city brake support with pedestrian detection, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with Mazda's 10-inch infotainment screen. You can upgrade a couple $1,000 to the Select, which starts at $28,500, featuring heated front seats, dual zone automatic climate control, and a 6-way powered driver's seat. The Preferred package is $1,000 above the Select, which features full leather seats, sunroof, and an 8-way powered driver's seat. The Carbon Edition, which is the coolest looking in my opinion, CX-5, starts at $30,500 with a polymetal gray metallic, which is exclusive to the Carbon Edition, 19-inch black metallic alloys, leather steering wheel with red contrast stitching. The Premium package is $32,400, which features heated mirrors, 19-inch black and silver contrasted alloy wheels, and paddle shift. The Premium Plus is the top of the line 2.5-liter non-turbo CX-5 with a base price of $35,500, featuring a heads-up display, 10-speaker Bose sound system, and rear heated seats. About $1,300 above the Premium Plus sits the Turbo, which starts at $36,850, featuring of course a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, cranking out 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque with premium fuel. With regular fuel, that number drops to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. The Turbo features a black grille and wireless phone charger. The Turbo Signature that you see here is the top of the line CX-5 for 2023 with a base price right under $40,000. So the fact that it has a base price under $40,000 is truly ridiculous in my opinion. We get Katura brown Napa leather seats, real wood trim, and a 360-degree camera, plus every option and feature that was available on every trim level beneath the Turbo Signature with a base price of $39,650. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your full LED headlamps, which were revised for the 2022 facelift, daytime running strip right outside of it too. I'm liking the Mazda grille. They kind of mimic the badge design with the grille, how it goes up and down, kind of like the wings. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on camera. The Mazda badge houses your advanced safety features with a forward-facing camera beneath, full front parking sensing. We have a ton of airflow for the radiator up top and intercooler down below. But that's about it. We'll take a step back and get one last look at the front styling. The black metallic paint in this vehicle, hopefully you can pick up the metallic. It's a little bit dirty, but in this Florida sun, you should be able to pick up those sparkles. The wheel and tire setup, pretty impressive. These are 19-inch smoked silver alloy wheels wrapped in 225/55 R19 Toyo A36 all-season tires up front. No plastic cladding, everything is body color. Very clean overall appearance. I'm liking that little side skirt area, how it flares out. A little bit of shiny chrome for the bottom portion of the window trim. You can black it out aftermarket. I kind of wish Mazda blacked it out. Of course, for the Carbon Edition, no shiny chrome, but for this Turbo Signature, we do get a little bit. The mirrors have an LED turn signal on them. Body color mirrors, massive glass fills up the entire frame. Blind spot monitoring too, it's just not on the glass. I'll show you guys where it is when we step inside. Smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We can take a quick look at the window sticker. Hopefully you guys can pick it up despite these pretty dark tints on this 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature all-wheel drive. Jet black mica exterior color with a Katura brown interior. So mechanically, of course, we get the 2.5 turbo, 227 horsepower, 310 torque without premium fuel. I recommend just throwing premium fuel to get the max performance out of this thing. But here you have it. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features with a base price of $39,650. $100 for the cargo mat, illuminated door sill plates, which we'll check out in 1 minute, is $500. $135 for the rear bumper guard. after a $1,275 destination charge, total price sitting at $41,660, which in my opinion is an absurd value for what we get in this SUV, because you get literally just about everything you want or need. No push to open on the gas cap. I'll show you where the latch is inside. Same rear wheel and tire setup. Out rear, full LED for the taillights, turn signals, and the reverse lights, all LED. CX-5 signature all-wheel drive badge in the corner. Dual exhaust tips, which are larger for the 2022 facelift. Skyactiv G Turbo in the right corner, Mazda badge. We get a spoiler too with the third brake light, shark fin style antenna right up top. We'll take a squat back here, get a good look at the exhaust tips, fully independent rear suspension. But speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.5 liter turbo and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter Skyactiv G Turbo 4-cylinder sold by Mazda for the 2023 CX-5 Turbo Signature. It sounds pretty decent for what it is. Not a whole lot of exhaust noise, but it has a pretty sharp induction note from the interior. Cranking out with premium fuel, 256 horsepower, 320 pound-feet of torque, made it to this 6-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low 6-second range, maybe even quicker, under 6 seconds if you get a really good launch. So great performance. I can only imagine how much better it'll be if they updated the transmission, but we say that in all the Mazda videos. Batteries in the driver's side, motors pushed to the passenger side to offset the weight balance. Aluminum stick connecting your two strut towers together, which should help handling quite a bit. But what you see is basically what we get. No struts. Gonna have to deal with the prop rod. I'm currently using my arm as a prop rod because the hood for some reason isn't even that hot, which is always a welcome surprise. We can shut this thing right up though. Take one last step back, get a good look at the front styling. Beautiful SUV. Interior is also beautiful. I truly think that for the money, this is the best you're gonna get. But taking a step inside, we'll see what's available. So up top, leather stitch trim, genuine wood trim beneath that, aluminum for this little trim area, aluminum door handle too, gushy soft leather for the center, gushy soft armrest, 4-way, auto one touch, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, Bose premium audio system. Down below, hard plastic to be expected, but you'll fit a foot long and a 16-ounce water bottle right next to it. As you mentioned, illuminated CX-5 nameplate. It's a $500 option, but it really makes the interior look a lot more premium as you step inside. We got the Caturra brown Napa leather seats, perforated for the center, heated and ventilated, memory seats, 2-person memory, fully adjustable, lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide, and the seat adjustment controls are really nice looking aluminum. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out, and let's fire things right up. Start stop button, everything fires to life. So the first thing I noticed, the seats are really comfortable. We just reviewed a Mazda CX-9 Grand Touring on this channel. Hopefully that annoying chime goes away. Well, what? Okay, there we go, it went away. So we just reviewed the CX-9 on this channel, Grand Touring, and it had just about all the same features we have here, but instead of the Napa leather Caturra brown seats, we just had the standard Mazda leather, the stone leather, and they were very comfortable seats, but they were not this comfortable. But anyway, other than that, the steering wheel here, not the thickest. I feel like the Mazda 3 that we just reviewed had a thicker steering wheel. The 10-2 bolstering notch also not quite as fat as the Mazda 3 we just reviewed. 9 and 3 though is perfect. It's not a flat bottom, but the leather itself feels very premium. Rubberized horn area, the horn itself, pretty aggressive sounding horn. People should definitely be getting out of your way. Volume and skip controls. You can mute the audio info, which controls this little LCD cluster. Right now we're looking at a analog speedometer digitally. We can also see our trip A, trip B, our advanced safety features, screen, service intervals, compass, or turn-by-turn if the navigation is hooked up. We also get the screen that we were just at, and this is my personal favorite, so we'll leave it here. The tach goes to about 6,000 RPM, but we'll shift closer to around 5,500. On the right side, coolant temperature with a fuel level down beneath. We also have a fuel level in like little dashes in the center area with the miles per gallon on the left side. The dashboard has a beautiful Napa leather stitched material to it for the front area, soft touch materials for the dashboard itself. We get a heads up display too with traffic sign recognition, all appreciated features. The air vents are outlined in aluminum, soft materials beneath it too. Tailgate release, you can turn off your lane keep assist, you can turn off your parking sensing, and you can access your cameras with a click of a button. So right now we're looking at a forward facing camera with excellent resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with a 360-degree camera right next to it. You press that camera button one more time, and now we're looking at a different wider view for the forward facing camera, still a 360, both with trajectory. Press it one more time and get a blind spot view. You can see exactly where your wheels are, so you don't have to worry about scuffing them up if you're parking too close to a curb. You press that button one more time and we return to the home screen. Very nice. That's about it for these buttons. Beneath that, hood latch release, gas cap release, and you can get a good look at your pedals. No power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. It would be nice to get on a turbo signature, but very nitpicky complaint. Wouldn't really be expected in an SUV in this price point. Voice commands, you can hang up and answer your phone calls. On the right side, radar cruise control, lane keep assist with the steering assist, and you can adjust the speed of the cruise control with these buttons. We get paddle shifters too. Everything from the premium up gets paddle shifters, auto headlamps, auto high beam, satisfying click for the turn signals, and of course, auto rain sensing wipers. Next to the stop button, we get more of that aluminum and wood trim, aluminum surround the air vents, hazards in the center, soft touch for the center area too. Wood, more of that wood trim with aluminum beneath that. Heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, dual zone automatic climate control, no third zone. I wish we had third zone too for the turbo signature, but I guess the dual zone climate here could still be appreciated. The CX-9 comes standard, I believe, with 3-zone climate, so it would be nice for the top trim CX-5 to at least have it on this turbo signature. But anyway, wireless charging pad, gear selector controls, the very dated 6-speed automatic transmission, which has been a part of Mazda's vehicles since like 2010, 2012 for some of their cars. So it's like a 12, 13-year-old transmission. It would be nice to see it updated in the years to come. Backup camera. We checked out the forward-facing camera before, but the backup camera is also great resolution, 360, guidance lines, and trajectory, all super appreciated. The gear selector also gets manual shift controls. I'll zoom out real quick, sorry guys. If you don't want to use the paddle shifters, or if you have a trim below the premium, manual shift controls will be controlled through the gear selector in the proper directions to upshift and to downshift. Throw right back into park. We immediately return to our home screen. Speaking of the home screen, it's adjustable through this dial that's behind the gear selector. We get information, entertainment, communication, navigation, and settings. The navigation screen, we can click on it. So the resolution is good, just like all the other Mazda cars we reviewed in this channel. The response with the dial is also very good. The resolution is not quite as good as at Google Maps, but with this dial, the response is great, and the resolution is more than good enough. So for the lower trims, this is a $450 option, I believe. For the higher trims, it comes standard. But if you get a lower trim CX-5, you can still use navigation. It's just you need to get the SD card. Mazda charges $450 for the SD card, but you can get it off Amazon for 60 bucks. Put it in your SD slot holder in your center console area, and you should have navigation by the next day. That's what we did with my grandpa's 2022 CX-5, and he's got navigation, and he did not pay for it from the factory. So hopefully Mazda doesn't get mad at me for telling you guys. I know I tell you that in all the Mazda reviews, but if this is your first time watching one of my Mazda reviews, just to let you know, you can get $60 SD card chip for navigation off Amazon. Continuing along though, we have an electronic parking brake with auto hold, volume, and skip controls in a perfect location for you and your passengers. Shortcuts too, if you don't want to go through the dial, you can just press navigation, home, music, back, and favorites. 2 cup holders with a pass-through, good spot for a phone. Pushy things to keep your drinks in place too. Gushy soft for the Napa leather armrest, you can open it up. Decently spacious. You have a first storage store. You can throw some business cards, pens in there, and overall depth is impressive. I would expect you to fit 2, 4, maybe 5 20-ounce cans in there. Pretty spacious for a compact SUV. The glove box has an aluminum latch to it. You can open it up. It's also lined with felt. Very premium touch. Pretty large too. I expect you to fit 25, maybe more license plates. I wouldn't expect you to fit 30, but 25 plus should be very doable. We have a frameless rear view mirror, auto dimming, 3 garage home link settings on it, sunglass holder, interior light is LED. We get a sunroof too, or moonroof, whatever you like to call it. Personally, I don't know what the difference are. You can let me know in the comment section, but I think it's the same thing. It doesn't go out any further than this, so not the largest opening. We can poke our way at it here. Beautiful day in St. Petersburg, Florida. It is sunny and 88 degrees according to this 2023 CX-5 Turbo Signature. We can shut this moonroof, sunroof right up. We'll leave the shade open though, so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat of the 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature, top of the line Turbo Signature. We'll do a window check. I'm pretty sure we get dual panes. We do get dual panes, so it should be very quiet in the interior once we take it out for a drive, which we will do any minute now. But in the meantime, out rear, we still get Napa leather stitching for the upper part of the door panel, wood trim beneath, aluminum, which flows nicely with the aluminum door handle. Gushy soft for the center, gushy soft for the armrest, auto one touch, even out rear. Not the largest storage compartment, but you can probably angle 2 or 3 footlongs in there. Water bottles, I wouldn't risk putting them in because it's very sideways, and you'll probably end up spilling it. But anyway, additional Bose speaker. We have a CX-5 aluminum illuminated nameplate, even for the back seats. The back seats also have this really nice perforation to it. The Couture brown material is gorgeous. Solid bolstering even for a back seat. These are heated rear seats, of course. The legroom looks solid. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings. And I still have plenty of space, at least 2-3 inches of overall knee room, plenty of room for my feet, mat pockets behind both of the front seats. Headroom, I have at least 2-3 inches before my head will start to touch, so no complaints. We get air vents back here too. I kind of wish the top trim CX-5 turbo signature came with a third zone climate, because all, I believe, CX-9 trims get third zone climate, so it would be nice to see it here. But the vents are still appreciated. You can control the temperature of the vents up front. The interior light is LED, tunnel light brought into the cabin thanks to the sunroof. We get a hook too for a suit if you're a working man. The center cubby, we can poke our hand into here, pull it out, and we get 2 cups with these little rubbery things to keep the drinks in place. You'll fit up to 12-16 ounces, no problem. Heated seat controls with these buttons, and the little center console storage area out rear, 2 USB ports, perfect for charging. We can shut this thing right up though, put the seat right back. You can also fold the centerpiece down by pulling this latch, so the whole thing comes down. So if you're skiing or going skiing and you still want to have 2 people in your back seat, this SUV is certainly accommodating. You got to slam this thing back though. As you see, you got to, like, there you go. That's what it takes to put the seat back. I noticed it when I was sitting back here earlier, but as long as it gets back, no complaints overall. Hop out into the cargo space, close this review off, see how much space is offered back there. See full LEDs even for the taillights. Underneath the Mazda badge, you can press the button, auto opening tailgate. Very spacious too for a compact SUV. The step-in is a little bit high though. Again, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. My knees a couple inches below the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, it's not the easiest vehicle for them to hop inside of, but it's also not the toughest. It's not like it's that high off the ground. Nice little aluminum bumper protector. It's $100 as an option. Secret storage, we have a spare tire back here with some secret stuff that can fit in those little corners. You can fold the rear seats down 40, 40, 20, and you fold the seats down, I'd expect you to fit a 65, 70, maybe a 75 to 80 inch TV. This is a very spacious cargo area, and the wheel well cutouts are solid. So you may be able to fit a golf bag horizontally. You'll definitely fit it diagonally. So certainly no complaints. The seats fall down with these latches out back. So this controls the right seat, this controls the center seat, and then this controls your left seat. To shut the trunk or tailgate or liftgate, whatever you want to call it, right up, you simply press a button. It gives you a second, so you don't have to worry about getting duped in the head with the tailgate. We'll take one last little walk around of this 2023 CX-5 Turbo Signature one more time. It's a beautiful SUV, loaded with features. I truly don't think you're getting a better SUV for the under $40,000 base price point. You got power, you got features, you have tech, luxury, and goodies, and it looks good. That's about it though with the CX-5 Turbo Signature. Let's take it out for a drive. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature. Let's take it out for a drive. And first thing I notice is the steering, as always, feels very on center and well weighted for Mazda. One of the best companies when it comes to steering racks. GM is right up there too now, which is crazy to think that GM is one of the best at steerings nowadays, but Mazda is also some of the best. About a quarter throttle. Yeah. Feels very strong down low. Goes to about 3,000 RPM with a quarter throttle. We're not in sport mode either. We'll throw it into sport at some point in this review and see what the differences are. After the stop sign, we'll lean into it about halfway. Not quite sure what this guy's doing, but all right, about half throttle. Ooh. Yeah, great low end torque. And it's quiet too. Once you let off that gas pedal, you don't really hear a whole lot. We'll throw it in quicker than we should. Barely slow down. The brakes feel good though, throwing it in. Barely any body roll. Wow. Half throttle. And you hear a little blow off whistle once you let off the gas. It's a great car. So far I'm liking it. The handling is good. The luxury and tech is unbelievable for the price point. And the power, this thing has a ton of low end punch. Of course, with the 6-speed automatic transmission, we can't drive a Mazda and not complain about the 6-speed automatic transmission. It shifts slow, it responds slow, and it's been around since 2011. So it would be nice to see an update in the transmission department. However, I understand the competition for this vehicle. A lot of them have CVTs, except for like the Toyota RAV4, but the Toyota RAV4 doesn't have anywhere near this level of power unless you go for the Prime. We'll test out this vehicle's turning radius
real quick, let this guy behind us pass, and I'll catch right back with you. Well, I don't think I'm gonna need to catch back with you because we should be perfectly fine. So turning radius looks sharp. This should be a good opportunity to try out an acceleration off the line too. No one's behind us, nobody is in front of us. So, okay, sport mode. We also have off-road mode, which we won't be testing out, but a little bit of brake torque, and let's go. Woo! Yeah, this thing can rip. And it shifts at around 5,000 RPM, and the second gear only goes to about 51 miles per hour. And I'll tell you why that's important, because in the Mazda 3 we just reviewed in this channel, it shifted at around 6,500 RPM, which is fine. It's a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter, so it makes most of its power up there. This is a turbocharged 2.5 liter, so it's making most of its power between 1,500 and about 4,500 RPM. So it's okay if we short shift at 5,000. We reviewed the 2023 CX-9 turbo, and it shifted around 5,500, and after 5,000, it fell on its face pretty noticeably. Not a whole lot of power being built, so it's not a big deal that we short shift. And also, since we reach only 52 miles an hour in second gear, it helps our 0 to 60 time too with the short ratios. We'll throw it in one more time. Body roll's limited. There is some, but not a lot on the gas. Yeah. Whew. And you get that turbo whistle after you let off the gas. This thing is fun. We'll try out the paddle shifters. All right, guys, let's try to turn around here on one shot. I'll be impressed with the turning radius if we can do it. And it looks like we got it. Cool. Turn around. Well, okay, first gear, rolling start. We'll try out these paddle shifters. First gear, on the gas. Woo! Nice, this thing can rip. Third gear pull. Yeah, once that boost kicks in, it's moving. The ride quality is great. Yeah, steering feels good. I don't think the steering changed in sport mode, maybe a tiny bit. Yeah, a little bit more weight, but barely noticeable. Rev match downshifts, throwing it in, sharp feel, very sharp feel. And he ruined our fun, so we'll make a left turn. Woo, feels sharp, and coming out. Yeah, okay, we can calm down a little bit. No need to beat this thing up too badly. We'll take it out of sport mode, normal mode, okay. And just cruising along. Yeah, the steering, it may be a tiny bit lighter, but it's like barely noticeable of a difference. We'll turn around real quick. Try out one more U-turn in the CX-5 turbo signature. It's a sharp turning radius. I mean, it's a compact SUV, but it's sharp. Good torque. And when we're just calmed down, it's just so quiet in here. The dual pane windows tremendously help. The 55 series sidewall tires help the ride quality tremendously. And for 2022, we did receive a revised suspension, allowing it to be a little bit more planted feeling, and it absorbs the bumps a little better than before too. Take another step out here. We're gonna try out a little highway run, get this thing to some higher speeds, test out the wind noise. All right, guys, testing out the body roll, throwing it in way quicker than we should. There is some body roll, but it's very limited. We got some speed bumps coming up. Try out the ride quality. We don't even need to slow down for it. Boom. It's like nothing. The manhole covers, it's not quite as gushy soft of a ride quality compared to the CX-9, but it's up there. One more speed bump. Boom. Don't even need to slow down. Why would you need to slow down? You got a Mazda CX-5. This thing is a beast. All right, guys, taking a step out onto this multiple lane highway, we can open this thing up a little bit more than we have been on the gas. Whew. Yeah, it reaches some pretty high speeds very quickly. It's an impressive vehicle, guys. We don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. On the highway, the ride quality is still very good. Super quiet in the interior too. We're on concrete pavement, so you hear the road noise a tiny bit, but compared to other vehicles reviewed in this channel, the road noise is so limited. Good torque too with this turbocharger. You can maintain speed easily without
downshifting, or without the transmission needing to downshift. All right, guys, turning around right here. Test out another real world turning radius. Not bad on the gas. Yeah, consistent pull. The short shift helps the consistent feeling of this power band. Of course, it's the same motor out of the CX-9, which fell on its face pretty heavily after 5,000 RPM. So the short shifting, if anything, it helps tremendously, especially with the overall feel. But all in all, guys, if you're looking for a luxury SUV, you don't want to spend more than $40,000, the Mazda CX-5 is probably the best way to go. The turbo signature is probably the best way to go. You have every option known to man, Bose premium sound system, Nappa leather materials all throughout this interior. We gotta make a left turn. Of course, I was not paying attention just like usual, too caught up in the moment. But again, we have the 10-inch touchscreen navigation, Bose premium sound system, 320 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 around 6 seconds, if not quicker. Nappa leather seating surfaces. It's a beautiful interior, beautiful car on the exterior, and it is fun to drive. If they updated the transmission, I would probably argue that this is a heavily underpriced vehicle for the segment it is in. And even with the transmission, if you're looking for a compact SUV, you don't need a third row, but you would like to maximize second row space, maximize performance, features, and tech, I truly don't think that the 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature could be beat. And a big thanks to Matt and Jason at Tyrone Square Mazda in St. Petersburg, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's from Matt. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.